So, hi guys, this is Abhishek this side. So, first of all, you guys know that we are going to have a group discussion. So, group discussion is a part of the GTO series, and there it also plays a very important role. So, in the starting, the GTO provide you with 2 to 3 options on the ranging topics, and same will happen here. I will also provide with 3 topics. After that, the discussion for 10 to 15 minutes. I will give you another topic on which we will have also a discussion. So, if that's it, guys. If anyone want to ask any doubt, they can. Okay. So, for today's discussion, I am going to provide with the topic, which are, if you want, you can write it also. First topic will be electric vehicles and its future ahead. Second is Pakistan and its economic crisis, and third is India and US relation. Uh, so first of all, you guys have to discuss that which topic would you choose for discussion, and the topic which you are going to choose should come from a concession among the group members. Okay?
So,
I think that's
gentlemen, I think
Yeah,
we should
you can
discuss.
start.
I
About the India-US relations as our PM has recently been to US.
Yeah, yes,
So,
gentlemen, we are agree with you.
I also agree with the
I
Siva,
I
as we know
I
that
also
it is
agree with you, gentlemen.
okay, friends, I think we have a consensus that we should majority of us want to do a group discussion on India-US. Okay.
But I think so. We should discuss on the EV vehicles, shouldn't we? This is
I
the topic.
also agree with
This
Prakash. I think we should discuss
we
on
should
topic
discuss with
EVs
the
and its
next
future.
generation.
Yeah, I also
I
agree with the group members that we should have topic and discussion
Yes.
around electric vehicles, which is
Uh,
it's talk about the future, and it's a new topic which have a very vast majority of things which we can discuss on.
As we all know
yes.
about the electronic vehicles are nowadays in trends, like the Elon Musk also is
Yes.
trying
Okay,
to
friends. Let us go with the
come in.
electric vehicles. Let us now
Yes.
start the discussion. I think.
So we have a conclusion among us about the electric vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
guys, we can start
Yes.
on electric vehicles.
So,
So
what are the
electric
leads?
vehicles.
Abhishek
So
sir.
I will define the electric vehicle. What are the electric vehicles? So electric vehicles are the vehicles which are not run by the
No,
fossil
we
fuels.
should first discuss the leads.
Yes, Abhishek sir, please
I
can you
think we should
describe us the
discuss
leads?
about the electric
Which are the
vehicles.
leads do we have?
So electric vehicles produce lower electric
You can have
reduce air.
Gentlemen, as we all are aware that there are limited resource of fossil fuels and some natural gases as well as some other resources are in limited. So we have to.
Friends,
Uh,
I want to tell you a point that the shifting to the renewable energy sources and
First, we
focusing
need
towards
to
sustainable
first,
development is the need of
Gentlemen,
an
hello
hour.
gentlemen.
So, in
First,
this
we need to
direction, to
understand
proceed,
that
electric vehicles provide us a
why
better
we can use
opportunity
the
to
electronic
promote
vehicles in our
the society
India.
with the
be
globe.
patient. We have 15 minutes. Everyone
So
will get chance to speak. So be
first
patient.
we have to first we have to understand that why we choose the electric vehicles over the diesel or petrol engine. So the first reason is the climate change, and the second I think is the rapid urbanization, and the third one is which can be provide the more uses of renewable source of energy, and in this also there is a factor of employment, and we all know about that the electronic vehicles are the clean and the low carbon
Yes,
I
I
energy
also
emission.
totally
agree with
agree
Abhiraj
that
that as he told that
We
mainly
will
the
talk
reason
about
for
that,
As
choosing over
but we
electric
as
vehicle
we
is
are
that
all
we
the
aware,
have the
reason that we
limited
as we
choose
are
we
all
have the
aware,
limited
electric vehicle
resources.
electric
market in
vehicles.
India appears to be gaining traction. Companies not only started manufacturing electric scooters and bikes like in UP, but also began to research for alternatives like lithium-ion batteries, which are mostly imported from China. Recently, Tesla also announced that they are going to
I
start
also
their
want
India
to
operations soon.
I also add
Yeah,
one
because
more
the
point
government
to
have
this
launched
side.
its
Uh, as now
incentive linked
we
schemes
can
for
all see
manufacturing
Like
that
we know, we have
lithium
the
found a
ions
lot
and
of
other
the
lithium in
batteries
Adani
Jammu and
rare
Enterprises
Kashmir
elements.
are
And
also
state,
taking.
as we know that
Riyasi
in Jammu
district.
Kashmir, recently India have
I
got
also want
a
to add one
stockpile
more
of
point to this.
reserves of lithium
As
ion,
we all know that
which will be in 1 year be
Yes, I
started
also
to
agree
mine.
that recently.
the Adani Enterprise also is in buying the shares of lithium-ion batteries and planting
Yeah.
the
Yes,
lithium-ion
yeah,
factory in
gentlemen.
the
I
Madhya
Yep,
also
Pradesh.
in
believe
Riyasi
that
The thing
district,
is
Jammu
all
that the
the
Kashmir.
Adani
things,
project,
and
which was
because
manufacturing
in the
lithium
budget
ion,
of this
has got
year, we
stuck and
can
they have postponed the
clearly see
plans
the
to manufacture it.
also
Friends,
in
I
the
believe
budget
that
of this year we can
electric
clearly
vehicles
see that the
are
major
future
amount
of
of
India.
budget is directed towards renewable energy sources also. This highlights the importance and significance of shifting towards electric vehicle type of things.
I would also like to point out that
I
Indian
want to
companies
say
are
why there
doing
is a
also great, like
necessity
Tata
of
Motors,
AVs.
have, which
The
is one of
major
the leading
problem,
manufacturers
I
of
think the
electric
We
major
vehicles
all know
in
problem
the
India.
India is
They have
pollution.
80% market
Reason
share in
behind
India.
these
yes,
are
we all know the
also
advantages.
the major consumption of fossil fuels. The World Economic Forum report
Yes,
also stated that India came sixth in the world ranking among, and India has 10 most populated cities which are in India which are most polluted. And
I
India's
yes,
also
oil
yes,
import
add one
I
more
agree
point
also
to
with you.
this
But
dependency
there
that
jumped
are
the
to
some
government also
84%.
benefits
the
and
government
some
also try to
But the
some
thing
support
is
area
the
that
have to
electronic
pollution is
but
not
vehicles by
caused
the
by
by
the
our government
providing
electric
schemes under
to
the
vehicles.
address
NITI
the
That
Aayog
is
project.
contributing to
electric vehicle. For
30%.
example,
The major of pollution
National
comes
Highway
from
Authority of India address
agriculture crops and other factory outputs.
vehicle
And
in
industries are
more
one of the
manner.
major
For
pollution
example,
market. But the
We
thing
should
is that
our
listen one candidate at a time. We should give chance to first he makes tries maximum whatever. First,
Yeah,
I
we
think
know that the electric vehicles are future, but we should discuss over the safety as the lithium ion battery catches fire, and there are many incidents in which the one who owns the vehicle get injured due to the fire which is the battery caused. So those
as you talk about the accidental terms about the electronic vehicles, uh, there is always pros and cons about there is something about the product.
so
yeah,
yeah,
Okay,
Viraj,
I'm
I
just
agree with
discussing,
you.
so
This is a
I'm
good
just
point.
discussing about the
There are
That's
safety.
why
The lithium
there
that's
are
ion
many
why
battery should be
anything.
more safer.
That's why Indian government is also looking for alternative method to lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah,
So,
Yes,
that's
gentlemen,
I
gentlemen,
want to
as we are discussing about
add
the
one more
electron,
point. The government
the
also
life.
supports in the form of by the Niti Aayog is working on the subsidies of the electronic vehicles in which
gentlemen,
yes,
our
yes.
citizen.
Niti Aayog is not a nodal agency for all those things, so we should not get indulged on in this type of matter. I think we should not only restrict this thing to the Indian region only. Electric vehicles should also go to the deep down to the underdeveloped countries. Right now, what is happening around the world that electronic vehicles or electrical vehicles are only been found in the developed countries like USA and the European countries, and even some countries like Brazil and India are also working on this. So we
This
should
is the
find a
only.
we should find a way so that it could also reach to the underdeveloped countries where these people are completely the whole vehicles around their traffic
Mohan
signals
Kumar,
will we
but
will
the
found.
main reason why
there
the
is
countries
one
are
way.
not able to
There is one.
manufacture or get their electric vehicles in the large quantity is
I
that the
also
high
completely
prices
agree
of lithium
with the
batteries,
formals.
like manufacturing this battery and other
As Mohan
components and
Kumar said,
vehicles are very costly. So only developed countries are the
But
major
there is a
contributors.
big
But
market
as the technology
in the world
advances, we will
in
be
the
able to
electronic vehicle
produce this
sector
in mass
because
quantity and able to reduce the
we
cost.
have a mines of lithium because we are recently discovered lithium mines in the Jammu Kashmir as well as in the Rajasthan Jodhpur region.
Yes,
So this is
gentlemen,
the
we have already talked about the lithium batteries and all those things.
yeah.
We must also consider about the thing that there are no charging station.
Okay, I
There
want
are
to
very
also
much
say
lack
that
of the charging station in
Yes, yes.
India.
I also
Everyone
completely
has.
agree with the formal speaker because
I want to take I want to
there is
take
no
all of
point
you
if we
from
have a
a
hundred
view
of
of
electric charging electric vehicles.
Yes, yes. Go
To
ahead, sir.
provide these access to provide this accessibility to EVs, Indian government is also adopting FAME policy, which stands for faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles. In this, they will provide faster adoption of vehicle and they will also manufacture it in India indigenously. And
See,
government
gentlemen,
is
we are
also
I
doing
also
I
want
have
to
the
gentlemen.
take
electrical
all of you
vehicle
to
then
the point
then we
of view
also
of the Mahindra
be
also
stronger in
working on the
economic
project
sector.
of
For
EV.
example, we
He has
we are
recently
purchasing
launched
oil and some fossil fuels from the Gulf countries, as well as we are depend on Russia for the
Gentlemen,
our
gentlemen,
There's one
energy
point which I'd
sources.
like to add,
gentlemen,
like Tesla, which India is trying to bring into country. It's one of the major producers of electric vehicles. But the thing is that it's have major plants in China, and it is very costly compared to the vehicles made in India. Like Tata Motors provide at the rate of just 10 lakhs an electric vehicle, but compared to Tesla,
Yes,
so
which
I
is
want
gentlemen,
to.
just around 50
I
lakhs.
think
Yes, I want to add
we
a
must
few
discuss
point
on
after the Abhishek. As we all know that the Narendra Modi is a tour on the US recently. We all know that he meets with the Elon Musk and the Elon Musk there tries to share some views
gentlemen,
on the electric
all these
vehicles
things
to
are
come up
going
in
on the
India
top level.
with the
We
new
must discuss
policies.
in the point that what are the difficulties that is taking place to implement all this policy on the ground. We must also think about that how is it feasible it is for the person who is buying electrical vehicles. Person are
The
not buying electrical vehicle because they are not getting the proper charging station. If someone will have to go 500 kilometer, then he is very much fearful to use the electrical vehicle, because once we will use the
Yes, I
electrical
also
vehicle, it
completely agree with the speaker because I believe that even if we have hundreds of EV and there are no charging point, then there is no point that people will adopt this technology. Moreover, the fact is that electric vehicles
If
can
there is an
travel a
issue of
small
the
distance.
charging point,
Yes,
Is
yes.
run
and
by the
and
Tata
it is
Motors,
also
which
very
Yes,
has the
costly
largest
yes, Sam, I
contributing
agree with
charging
you,
point
if
but
in
there
compared
is
to
an
the
issue,
Yes,
but
I
Indian
think
petrol vehicles.
over
that
this
firstly,
overcome
situation, our
after the
government
time
means
period.
National Highway Authority of India also launched some programs
As we know,
to
See,
motivate the EV sector in India.
countries like
and
India,
and
Indonesia, and Brazil possess some energy infrastructure, but they don't have enough resources to make a full scale transition to electric vehicles.
I will also
Everything is
look
Full
at
positive
the
That's
to the
electricity
negative
used
side. If I
for
will
charging the
talk about
electric
so
vehicles
negative
is
that's
side,
also
why
comes from the clean
the
our
energy.
electric,
Like India has a
what
that's
battery
why
happened,
capacity of
our road
50%
what
battery.
minister
happened
Clean
what is
also
happening
renewable
in
energy
UK,
from
promised
the
to get
diesel
2030.
and the
roads
petrol vehicles,
built
what will do with that?
till
They will be
2025
totally
so
waste.
that EVs,
There should be
as
a
we know,
we
management.
can
EVs
also
can't
add a point
travel on
after
Indian
time
roads.
that the Indian government
I think
also started
instead of cutting
initiative of
each other, we should listen
30-30.
to everyone's point.
Yes,
You are
as government initiated a new step towards the to implement the electronics vehicles about 2030 30% and 30% by
uh,
2030 we can acknowledge the electronic vehicles in India.
gentlemen, we should also consider this point that these are the things which has not reached to the which has not percolated to the local peoples. We must also, government must also
yes,
spread
yes,
awareness
I
about
also
these things,
agree.
because local peoples
As
in India, as we know that India is not a very much a literate country. Only 70% to 75% of the population is literate. So
Yes, Mohan,
Indian
I
government,
agree with you, but government is also implement some kind of skills as well as some yojana like
but
India register
but
more
even
than
then
18 lakh
but
EV
even then
charging
electric
station.
vehicle is
I
more
think
costly
that
than diesel
They
and
are
petrol
also
vehicles.
started city bus service which was totally based on the electrical vehicle.
But
Yes, I
electric
as
totally
we
vehicle
agree
is
know,
with
friend,
more
that.
I
They
costlier
should
believe
enter
that
in
than
the market.
diesel
They
the
and
should
petrol
enter in the
vehicles.
electric
market.
vehicles are,
They should,
So why we
they
are
should enter in the
Some of
why
market in the
have
why the
future.
incentive
people
on the
If they
shifting
enter
electric
in the
battery
vehicles?
market
generation.
I
with
But
believe
electric
we
that
vehicles,
but
electric
we
vehicles
will
are nowadays, even though very popular in metropolitan cities, but when we talk about rural area, they're not very popular. So I think that that is what we need to work upon, and we need to make sure that we bring down the prices of electric vehicles, and along with that, we need to develop a robust infrastructure so that people are adopting it and they find it feasible.
yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
as we
Yes,
I
know,
agree
totally
with
agree
not
with
totally
that.
with
not
this
only,
point.
Very,
Electric vehicles are not feasible
We
for
are,
in
gentlemen,
that
we
not
also
that
only
increase
uh,
the cost of
Indian
that
people are
government
of
not
the
is
used to
electrical
them.
working on.
vehicle.
Without
After the time, we
maintainability
can
of
all
electric
see
vehicles is
that
also a challenge
there are the
in
traffic
remote
point
areas.
control
as we
in our
know,
country.
Indian roads are not suitable for EVs. So our road minister is also
No, no,
improving
no,
the
no.
road
I
condition
think
of the
India is
EVs.
generating,
Yes,
Na-
constructing a road 30
roads are
kilometers of
suitable for
yes,
the
Nitin
EVs.
high
Gadkari
quality
is also
expressway
working
every
on the
day. So I
project
don't
of
think Indian roads are
electronic
bad in bad
vehicles
quality.
as
No,
well as the hydrogen
Indian roads
In
are not that good
on
for
the
EVs. The EVs don't give good mileage also. So our road minister
the
is also improving the roads by 2050.
and
By
diesel
2050,
and
our
petrol
Indian
vehicle
roads will be far better than USA roads.
diesel and petrol vehicle also didn't give the mileage
See,
in that type
gentlemen,
of roads.
we can
No,
But
also
the
if,
mileage
but
the mileage
but
of petrol
even then
cars
we are using,
is greater than EVs. So we can't take EVs
even
out
then we are
and go
using
to
it.
long distance because there is an absence of charging station also.
see, gentlemen, it will be
Yeah,
very
As
yeah,
soon as
that is the
it will
only
be very much
problem. We are not
subjective.
as
having the
far as
charging
the problem
stations,
of the charging
and we cannot
station,
cover the large distance from the EV
we
vehicle.
can
That is the
be
only
recovered,
problem.
but after
And one of the
some
major
time,
problem is that it has very high cost in compared to the diesel and petrol vehicle. If we
Gentlemen,
are
That is
if
that's
we
that
are
why the
getting a
Indian
cheaper
government is
option, then
giving
why we
the
to
subsidy on
shift
the
to
EV
EV
vehicles.
from
vehicles?
other countries, from
is
lithium
compared
ions
I
to
to
other
think that
chemicals.
government
So
should
manufacturing or equipments which are required to build the EVs, if they are manufactured in India, then the cost of manufacturing will be come down automatically.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah, yeah,
gentlemen,
yeah.
the
That is
cost
the
will
that
yes.
I
Only the
agree with
I
this
large
point.
also
companies can
completely
be
agree that
certificated.
we
I
need to
agree with
make
this
sure
point.
that we should rather promote production of EV in India itself, so that like we can provide employment to large number of people in our country. Along with that, the cost will ultimately also get lower when government will produce it at mass scale.
exactly, if the
India
electric vehicle will be manufactured in our country, then also we can remodify it for the benefit of the disabled people. As we know that India there are many people who are disabled, and sometimes we refer to them as especially abled people. So we can remodify them in such a way so that they could be benefited from all those things. So I
first we
think
need to
this.
make our Indian workforce skilled because there is so many unskilled workers here in EV sector, and we need to teach them and take some initiatives by government to provide them
Firstly,
skills.
firstly, we have to bring the technology in
Yes, yes. I
India.
think that is a very nice idea. We should rather provide our people with the required skill and then produce electric vehicles in India itself, so that like we can solve this problem.
So we can do that by like our
this
advanced
problem can be solved
institutes,
under
like top institutes of
the
India, like
mission
IITs,
like
IIM.
Skill India
They should
program.
have launched course regarding
Skill development
EVs,
programs are
so that
also
a skill
going on
labor
the
workforce can be generated.
metropolitan cities.
Okay then.
The government
Is
can
anyone
also
not spoken?
launch
Okay
many
guys. Okay.
programs.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Moreover, we also know that
Okay.
by
Okay. Okay.
2030 we will have the largest number of workers in the world, like about 1 billion. So I think we should rather utilize our people and transform them into assets. And this is also an emerging field where we can invest.
ठीक
Only
है.
the larger
Okay. हो गया.
companies
हो
are
गया. हो गया.
invested in the EV vehicles. We
ठीक है.
should
चलो.
also encourage
Is
small
anyone
good
left?
company to
Is
enter in
anyone left?
the
Okay guys. Okay.
market.
Okay. Okay. Is anyone left who have not spoken anything? Have not participated in GD? Anyone there who wants to like to add some points?
Yeah, yeah. The government.
We should also find
Okay.
an alternative to
Okay,
lithium
Samita.
ion battery, like aqueous magnesium batteries are a great substitute for lithium ion batteries.
Okay. Anyone else
There
like
is
to add points?
there is a alternative of EV
Abhiraj, not
like
you,
we all.
who have not spoken
Okay.
anything.
Government can also launch the various programs to like make our labor skillful for that EV plant and manufacturing of that EV vehicle.
Okay. So right now, it's the end of the first discussion. Now I am going to give you a topic. Once again, we will have a discussion around it for 10 to 15 minutes. So the topic is AI going to kill jobs? Like the recent technologies like ChatGPT, which have been launched, is it going to be fruitful or it is going to take our jobs? So yeah, you can start this discussion.
So
Yes,
gentlemen, I don't think that AI is going to
I
take any.
think ChatGPT is going to kill many jobs because the ChatGPT provides an easier way of functioning. Because people when they used to do codes and create different system, but now what people do is they go to ChatGPT and do their assignments and also copy codes from various sites and paste them.
I disagree
Gentlemen,
with
I
you.
don't
Like
think that
the reason is
artificial
that the same
intelligence is
was told
anymore
about
going to
computers when
kill the
it was
jobs or
going to
anything.
come in India in 1980s. It was said by major political parties in India that if computers is launched in India, it is going to kill and take many jobs. But it happened inversely. it created many jobs.
But
IT sector was generated in
exactly,
India,
if we,
and
if
so was
gentlemen,
the
if
case.
you will go deep down into the history, starting from the 18th century when Industrial Revolution 1.0 took place, at that point in time also there was very much discussion around Europe that Industrial Revolution 1.0 is going to kill the jobs, but it didn't happen at that point in time. Even during the 1947 and 1950s when India became independent, and there were very much discussion that Industrial Revolution 2.0 is going to kill the job. The same thing happened during the 1990s or the 2000s when Industrial Revolution 3.0 took place, and many people were expert discussed at that point in time that it is going to kill the job. And now again, when Industrial Revolution 4.0 is taking place, when artificial intelligence is being introduced in the countries like India and very much developed countries, they people are discussing about the things. But history has shown that this type of things has never killed job. So this proves that even new introduction of the artificial intelligence would
I
not going to
partially
kill the
agree
job
with you,
anymore.
Mohan. I partially agree with you, Mohan.
I also like to add a point in Mohan
The
that
students
AI
who are
is
I
employed
totally
in
agree with
just
the speaker.
provide employment, but it will
the
also help
students who
and
are
minimize many
the
errors, like the
students
balance of
the
entry
students who
may
are
happen.
employed in
If it was in
freelancing
the AI
activities
system, then
like
the accident would not be
copywriting and
happen.
translating. They used to create copy and they used to write something. But now what they use, with help of ChatGPT, they just type what they want to copy and just use it. Though
So gentlemen, we must not
they
only
have
stick
lost
to
Then
their
the
we
jobs.
have to
chat
make a
GPT. Chat
boundary.
We
GPT
can
is one
For that,
part of
we
the
have to make a
artificial
boundary
intelligence.
for
There
all
are
Only
other ways of the
Everything
users
has
artificial
its
who are
intelligence.
merits and
confused
all
use
from
that.
the
its
chat
demerits.
But
GPT or the
telling
AI.
that if we don't advance with the technology, if we don't change with the technology, then we are going to lag behind.
Oh, okay, Abhishek,
Yes,
I agree
yes,
with you,
I
but
agree.
we
Yes,
have
I
to
agree with
invent
your point.
technology
If we are not
for the
upgrading
better
ourselves,
human
then
life,
we
not for the hazards of human life. Because the inventor of ChatGPT, Sam Altman, say that the ChatGPT is dangerous for human beings also. So it is not only caught a lots of jobs, as well as it is not well for our human society, because it is also involved some in uncivilized activities like in the cyber attacks. Then how can we find the person who is involved behind that?
That's why I'm
So
telling you
gentlemen,
that
I
proper
think
for
only
regulations
that
because
and proper
for that
training
we
should
have
be
to
of
provided
make
this
proper
so
thing that
that no
boundaries by
misuse
using the
of
AI.
this AI technology could happen.
gentlemen,
I
merely on
think
the
that
basis of the
artificial
Yes, and go
Actually,
ahead.
artificial intelligence is working. It's making our more dependent to ourselves. In the past, we go to for tuition. So we are not understanding the concept, but nowadays we are just simply googling it and are getting the answer. It's making more dependent. Actually, I think we can say that.
But at the end, it's
That's
also
what.
so
solving our
gentlemen,
problems
it
No,
is
also.
I
the
If
human
agree
we
with
can
you,
nature
solve
but
that
our
every
problems,
time
But
human will
it
do the
saves
same
our
thing for
more
the easiest,
more of our time.
for their
AI is
survival,
it
and
also
merely
used
on the
in medical
basis of this
sector.
thing that merely on the basis of this thing that it is going to harm the human race, we will not advance ourselves. That is not going to help us out. We will have to find out the other methods from where so that we could protect the human races. For that sake, we are not going, if it would not be possible that invention would not take place in the future, how will it happen? It will completely go against the natural justice. Nature is
yeah,
there that
Abhiraj, I
every time
agree with
transition takes place.
Abhiraj,
moreover,
I
I
agree with
think
you,
that
but we
artificial
should
intelligence
also mention that the biggest means the richest man of world, Elon Musk, also raised some question on Chat GPT, because it will be a second phase of unemployment, because the unemployment in the nowadays is also in a peak. Then if we are introduce Chat GPT in common market, then how can we prevent our labors, as well as how can we provide employment of a big population like
I
in
think
India
I
as well as in
disagree
China?
with you because unemployment is only faced in IT sector in right now. Other sectors from petroleum to other are facing a very huge demand and they are creating more jobs. So only IT sector is facing difficulties, and I think
Gentlemen,
rather than
I
killing
also
jobs,
agree
AI,
that
No,
it
there are
will
gentlemen,
impact.
more
not only
advanced
IT
like data
sector.
Gentlemen,
Moreover,
scientists. New roles are
artificial
coming up.
intelligence is something that will need to be regulated, and we should ensure that it is ethical. So in this way, this will also generate a lot of jobs, and we should rather focus on skilling people that much so that they're able to cope up in the future with the needs that are required in the future with the skills
Right.
and other
We have
things.
to make
Yes,
skilled
new
AI
workers.
jobs
Like
also
we
will
have
helps
also
with
launched
the
the
appear
artificial.
in.
manufacturer
We
bots.
are lagging in
We can
artificial intelligence. Like just recently, the CEO of ChatGPT told us that India could not make a GDP. We are the largest contributor of IT skill labors, and we have to train so that we can also launch our own ChatGPT
Yeah,
and
it is because of lack of
gentlemen,
funding to
gentlemen,
the tech
Moreover,
sector.
it,
in our
artificial
India,
intelligence
in
has
our
a
India,
lot of
there is a lot of bots like Chat GPT is are now running in nowadays. Like the our IRCTC also launched a Disha asked Disha 2.0 Chat GPT to books or tickets on the train tickets, and there are lot more bots like AI which helps in our day-to-day life to increase our time
exactly,
efficiency.
it is helping us in different platforms also in the medical sciences. We know that how beneficial artificial intelligence is going to, and even for the person who is very much disabled, they can do their proper day to day life activities using the artificial intelligence. So it is going to increase the efficiency of the human population.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes,
it is going to
we
impact in some other way, but it is moreover going to benefit the human population. So we should not restrict ourselves from innovating the artificial intelligence in the more better way.
okay. I
just
agree
to
Yes,
with
add
you, but
further,
even
also we
even
in
have to
artificial intelligence,
we
we
have
have
to
using
research
also
going on
artificial
where
understand
we
intelligence,
the
find out
pros
if very
and
early
cons
that if
of the
person
chat
is going to
GPT.
have cancer or
For
not.
example, the in the
new
artificial
jobs will
intelligence.
also appear in various fields
Yes,
by
new jobs
inducing.
are also appear, but the old job were in a difficult situation. Like in the if we are talking about in new sector, then India today has also launched a artificial intelligence based robot Sana as a anchor. So where will our human anchor work be before after that?
Okay,
So, gentlemen, I
We
think
start to
that
First
see
of
the
the
all,
human
question are going
population
Friends,
will
the
to
be
fact is that
employed.
even if there are some jobs that will be killed, ultimately there will be also provision of new jobs and new fields. So that is where people will definitely get employed. Moreover, artificial intelligence has a lot of applications in various fields, whether it is health, whether it is education, whether it is IT. So ultimately, that will increase the efficiency of the workers itself, and then will definitely add
but
on into the productivity.
but we have to monitor it in
first
Yes,
of
I
all
proper
agree.
manner.
making platform. First of all, making platform like Chat GPT will not help us in any way because other countries have also developed it, and Chat GPT was left banned by China's platform, China's new platform also, and various people were using Chat GPT like platform to do medical operation, which was prohibited by our ministers also.
So, gentlemen, I don't think that Chat GPT is not going to help us anyway. It is going to help us in other way. Exactly, it is going to impact the human population or the human society in other way. But it would not be feasible to say that it is not going to benefit us anyway.
yeah,
Recently, we
artificial
have
Moreover,
I
seen.
intelligence
friends,
partially
will
I
agree
would
because
like to
increase
AI.
add on
future
a
Yeah,
productivity
it
growth.
will be beneficial.
I would like to add on a very
Only
critical
then
point that
if we are monitoring
intelligence
it
is not
in
just
a proper
limited
manner.
to. Moreover, I would like to add a very crucial point that artificial intelligence is not just limited to Chat GPT. It is also beyond that. There are also a number of other artificial intelligence applications that are in the market.
Yeah, I agree
So
with you. But Chat
Yet,
GPT
but
will
the
be beneficial for
percentage of
humankind.
AI increasing jobs is much lower than the percentage of AI eliminating jobs in India.
So, gentlemen, we have already seen it is a very famous proverb in saying people use this term that many people say that the closing of the one door is the opening of the another door. So, exactly, if artificial intelligence is going to close the door for the job in the recent period, it is going to open the doors of the job in the other sectors.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes,
will
I
it
totally
will be
agree.
maybe,
Yes, I totally agree
but
with
we
that.
have to
We
monitor
have
it
a
in a proper
ratio of
manner.
70
I would
30.
like to add this point.
We have a ratio of 70 30. The 70% of the positive side of the AI and the 30% of the negative side of the AI. There is always
Yeah,
things
we
that
know that 50% of our population is employed in agriculture, but the output is very poor. So, for example, if we use artificial intelligence, then the
Yeah, but
workforce
yes,
which
Internet of
is
Things is
overemployed in
changing
it
that
could
area.
do
we
other
we
things,
are only
and
keeping
intelligence could handle
gentlemen,
all
we
the
are
repetitive
only
outputs.
keeping the plain areas or the areas which are very metropolitan in nature. We must also consider that how helpful the artificial intelligence would be in the terrain areas like the Jammu Kashmir and the Arunachal Pradesh, where reaching is very much difficult nowadays.
Yes, I
Yes,
also
then
completely
we
agree.
can
Even
use
in
the workforce more
For that, I
efficiently.
want to add a point
Like in
our first
remote areas
candidate said,
where
yeah.
we can like train workforce or train teachers could not be provided, there we can use artificial intelligence to educate, provide medical services to the people in the remote areas. So it's one of the
Not
In
only
I would
in
like
in
mo-
the
to.
sense like
even
yes,
gentlemen.
moreover,
our government
artificial
also working
intelligence
on
has
this
also application
in
in agriculture where
I would
to
like to tell you
extend the
some
optical
example
fibers in the
where
remote locations
how
in the
where how
rural
AI is
area for
making
proper
people
internet
lose jobs.
connectivity.
The translator or captionists who used to type and translate the captions for videos, now AI can generate it without help of any people. And the people who used to do photoshops and edit photos, now AI can do photo edit without any help of a person. So this is
Exactly.
ultimately
So exactly,
taking
if
the
AI
jobs
edit
of
more
people.
people, more people will come to the studio and do the editing, more photos he can edit at the same time. So it just expands the scope of it.
So the job of the people that were involved in that sector is lost now.
See,
But
gentlemen,
if
exactly, it
more
is
people
going
will
to
now
hamper
are
the
going to use the
some part
studios,
of the society. But can't we can't ignore the positive sides of it. See, we as we all see that how many sacrifices are being made by the defense personnel on the borders, on the terrains like Siachen and the Bofors. We can see that it is very much difficult for the normal people to survive there. So from there we can use the artificial intelligence and we can save the precious human lives there. So it is not only merely talking about the things that are very natural in the terrain areas or the plains like us. We can see how it will provide the safety and security to our armed forces also.
So we
yes,
must
I also
conclude
agree.
our
Moreover, like there are also number of applications such as say in field of agriculture, there is an AI app that helps farmer and tells them what are the crops they should do and what are the steps they should rather take to make sure that they have a sustainable crop. And other fields as well, AI is helping people in many ways. So it's not just about killing off jobs. It is definitely adding on to various jobs and sectors and enhancing their productivity and
yeah,
feasibility.
yeah, AI is
Oh, okay.
also
I would
extending
like
Yes,
to
lives
add
but
to
that.
people who
there is
were
an
after
working
that
in
uneven
we must
workforce
access
conclude
repetitive
to
jobs
that
like
our
in mining
discussion
That
sector,
on
like people who were going into the sewers for cleaning it. Now there are robots using artificial intelligence to clean it. So it's not just helping it, but helping to save the people's life also.
It
yes.
can see
Yes,
India is
but
a
there
very
is an
diverse.
uneven
India
access as artificial intelligence could widen the gap between those who have access to it and those who don't.
Okay,
yes, gentlemen,
so I
we
would
must
like to
also
add
think.
one more point. The Chat GPT have some pros and cons as well as some benefit. It will be beneficial for humankind if we are monitor it in a proper manner, and we have to rely on its positive side, and we have to implement in our daily life.
So, gentlemen,
Yes, I also agree.
we must also consider that India is a very vast and diverse country. We can use these type of things in the countries like India so that the safety and security of the women could also be maintained. We knew that India, the crime rates in the many states of India is increasing day by day. We can take the help of the artificial intelligence so that this thing could be restricted.
Okay, guys. Okay,
so
More.
that's it.
we
That's it.
must
That
conclude.
okay, okay.
Artificial intelligence
ठीक है,
will
ठीक है.
provide.
हो गया guys. ठीक है. Is anyone left who have not spoken or want to spoke at the end? Anyone who have not spoken want to spoke? Okay then, guys. That's it. Thank you for the participation and best of luck.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. Jai Hind to all of you.
Thank you so much.